In my paper caves video, I pointed to this track going up here. So today, I've never been on it before, don't know what to expect. I'm going to go up it today, see what it's like. I believe, like I say, it goes up the side of the glen. It comes to an end, but it comes to an end with a nice view over the glen. If that's the case, I've got both my drones with me, so I might try flying the drones and see how I get on. Well, it turns out the track is actually not that long at all. So I think it was only like about 3 or 4 minutes after I did my last video clip that I came to the end. But all the same, you do get a pretty stunning view. The trouble is, can't take the bike any further because there's a bit of a climb down, then there's the river, and then an even bigger climb up there. I still haven't decided. I may go across there and see what the view's like on the other side. But I think I'll probably definitely I'll definitely try flying my drones here just to get that view. Well, we decided to come across. Climbing up that embankment was a bit of a challenge. I suspect going back down it again will be even harder, but I'm here, and the ground in between there is leg breaker central. It's just covered in rocks, covered with thin soil, but I think it was worth it though. This wee glen here. I mean, the whole coastline round Loch Eck just seems to be made up of these little glens, so they just zigzag in and out along the west shore. But I can see slight tracks there, so I can obviously some people do some open hill walking from here, but it's not that obvious, obviously not a lot, but I'm not. I can see the weather's already changing despite the fact that it's supposed to be 0 chance of rain today, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So I'm going to clamber back down the riverbank, get on the bike, and then we'll see where the bike takes me. But this is lovely here. Right. Well, I made it down. Weather forecast is still saying it's going to not rain, but those clouds are certainly looking very threatening. But I'll get to the bottom at the track at Bernice and I'll make up my mind what I'm going to do once I get there. Whether to go back or go on a little bit further. So some people have asked me in the past when they've seen my photographs of the gravestones at Bernice, asking how to find them. Basically, that's the track that goes all the way down to Benmore Gardens, and then you'll see a sign for Bernice, and you just walk up here a little bit. And find a place to cross over here that's not quite so steep. And this is it in here. Yeah, it's well worn, but you've got the carving of a sword here and a hat. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really read what that says. And this is the other one. So a stone's been left, but sometimes you come here and there'll be a cartridge, a gun cartridge up here, but not today. But it's a lovely location. Decided to go further up the loch for a bit because I've still got tons of battery power, and don't want to go to the pub too early. It's too expensive, so I'm going to go for maybe another hour. But what a difference riding on these tracks rather than those ones up in the hills. No big ruts to worry about, no big slippy stones. I mean, it's still rough, but it's a lot easier to ride. I wouldn't be going this speed on those tracks up there, that's for sure. Okay, we've just passed the whistle field on the other side of the loch and we're up opposite Dornoch Point. Generally, if you keep on this track here, that'll take you all the way to Glenbranter. But we are going to go up here. So that gets a T-junction, and if you go right, that'll again take you to Glenbranter, but further up. Well, in actual fact, it'll join this track eventually because it loops back down. But we are going to go up here and to the left, and that'll take us back above Bernice, and then we can come down the hill and back to Benmore Gardens, car parked, pick up the car. Okay, so this is the track on the right, that'll take you to Glenbranter, but we are going left to Bernice and then on to Benmore. Now I'm wishing I brought my tripod with me. I've got my camera, but don't think a camera would do this waterfall justice unless it was a nice big long exposure. Right, okay. Next time I come up here, find a way to bring my tripod on top of all the other stuff I've got to carry in the bike. I love this wee backpack I've got for the bike. Really like it. I mean, in that side I've got my Avatar drone, my flight goggles, my controller. In that side I have my DJI Mini 3 with controller, spare batteries, all the rest of it. And then the top here, got my DSLR camera. The only downside is, look how high it is. Makes it really difficult for me to get my leg over when I'm getting on and off the bike. For now. Right, we're losing a hell of a lot of height here. In fact, it feels like I'm losing nearly all my height. So I'm presuming that means we're getting close to Bernice. But could be wrong. Oh, there's so many waterfalls up here. Why did I not bring my tripod? But we shall see. Oh god, another one. But oh no, it's starting to gain height again. I still think we might be pretty close to Bernice. And of course, the minute I stopped recording that last clip, I saw a big muddy patch, looked really deep, tried to cross the track, front wheel hit yet another of those bloody rock ledges. But fortunately, this time I got control of my front wheel before I went over, so no crash this time, so I'll call that one a win. Yeah, we're getting close to Bernice now. Last time I said that, but I have still a few miles off, but you can see the hills up there, which I've videoed before, because eventually this track will come down to another T-junction, and if you go right, it'll take you up just underneath the glen, that if you go over it you'll get to Glen Shellish. Again, I've talked about that in the past as well. Yeah, so should be downhill all the way now. Hopefully no more almost crashes, or even crashes. Right. Yeah, we're definitely nearing the end now. Getting pretty close. That's one thing I really love about this area. Fantastic loch, but just the way it is just surrounded by these steep hills. You know, it just makes everything so dramatic. The steep hills complement the loch, and the loch complements these steep hills. And like I say, here's a T-junction. Yeah, I'm not too sure if you can actually, because of the angle of the camera, I'm not sure if you can actually see the hills. There we go. It's difficult to get this camera locked in position too much, because then I can't get it off. But unfortunately, with all the vibration, it does tend to work its way loose and point towards the ground a bit more. Yeah, so in other videos I have been up that track there before, a couple of times in fact, but we're going back this way, and that'll take us down by Bernice farmhouse, and we go right, and that'll take us eventually back to Benmore. Right, so that's the bottom of the Bernice track. So just head right now. So that's a lovely wee circular ride. You know, if you're fitter than me and don't have an e-bike, or you're like me and you have an e-bike, I mean, to be honest, I've actually done that route walking, but it does take quite a long while. You know, all the way from Benmore Gardens to along Loch Eck, right up the top, and that top track down to Bernice, and then back again. I have walked it, but obviously with the bike it is so much faster. Oh, I was wondering why I couldn't get up that hill there. I forgot I'd switched off the power assist while I was doing that last drone video. So I thought I could maybe power up the hill just with my legs without even changing the gears. No, bike too heavy. Anyway, that's us back at Bernice. So unless anything exceptional happens, this will be the last clip of this video. Thanks for watching.